So what does this day mean for the Tatas? Joining us now, a very special guest, Mr. R. Gopalakrishnan, is a former director at TATA Sons and joins us now. Thanks, sir, very much for being with us. Now, so many in the Tata family, Mr. Ratan Tata certainly was very interested for so many years in major aviation, and by that, it's always been Air India. What does this moment mean for the Tatas?
Well, I suppose it is natural for everybody in Tatas to feel joyous because if I may use it, a metaphorical expression, we have heard about this aunt who was born in 1932 when Lord Willingdon was the governor. And then she went away from our home. And our seniors have told us that we used to have an aunt called Air India, and now the aunt is coming home.
Right.
And we are going to welcome her. We are going to be happy. She's one of the family. She might have been through a rough time, ups and downs, as with like everybody else. But we welcome our aunt back home.
Well, welcoming the aunt back home is great news at one level, but unfortunately, Air India has also had huge financial problems. To make this viable will be perhaps the biggest challenge, or one of the biggest challenges that TATA Group has ever faced. So share your thoughts on that. It's going to be very difficult. This is a bleeding airline.
I mean, that it has got huge financial problems is not a secret. Tatas must have a plan. I'm not there. I've been away, retired 6 years ago. And I have little doubt that with finely execution-oriented leaders like Chandra, there is a detailed execution plan. It won't be easy, but then Tatas have never undertaken things that are easy. Their track record is desh sewa. Whatever other mantris may say, Tatas are the foremost in desh sewa. And if anybody had to buy Tata, I think if anybody had to buy Air India, probably Tatas is the best. Yes. No, so there's a bit of desh sewa in this. There are risks, but I'm absolutely certain, having been in Tatas, that they have an internal game plan. That doesn't mean they won't have a tough time, but I'm sure they've thought about it.
Mr. Gopalakrishnan, what is it? I mean, there's obviously that emotional attachment, the history, the fact that this is an aunt returning, to use your own words, and then there is an incredibly difficult aviation market in India, let alone foreign markets. Is this an issue of personal prestige for the Tata Group ahead of hard-nosed financial calculations, or do you believe that this airline will be profitable once again?
You know, if you look at the history of Tatas, I'm not answering your question in a roundabout way. We have taken on, or the history of Tatas is that they've taken on challenges which seem to have a long time to come right, but they persisted till they got it right. The Taj was set up in 1903. It made its first profit in 1937. Tata Chemicals was set up in Mitapur. People said you're a loser, but by 1955 it was wildly profitable. So it will be a long journey, but Tatas are not scared of that. Tatas want to do the right things at the right time. And it is that spirit rather than just prestige. I don't think it's just prestige. It is to do with doing the right things at the right time that Tatas are motivated. I cannot tell you whether it will take 5 years or 15 years, but somebody has a plan for that, I have no doubt.
Thank you, sir, very much for being with us. It is indeed a great day for Indian civil aviation, one way or the other. R. Gopalakrishnan, former director of TATA Sons, thank you very much, sir, for being with us.